why is your video not working? What
What
the
do you mean?
fuck
Why
is...
is my video not working?
Your video isn't working on this screen for some reason.
Oh,
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ. Well, we're live. We're going. The numbers are moving. We are streaming. We are recording. And I'll try and fix this while we... Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so frustrating, Keith. This is ridiculously frustrating right now.
This is what happens when we take time off.
Fucking ridiculous. Yeah, so since nobody can see you right now, how you doing? You still in your bunker?
Still in my bunker. Different room in the bunker.
Different room in the bunker. That's good.
Yeah, I found a little better lighting in this room in the bunker.
Cool. Why is that? This is ridiculous, Keith.
Fix it, man.
I don't even know. I really have no idea. Why your video is not working. So extreme technical herpes so far on this. See if I can do that. Like nothing is responding. This is like
Why not?
frustrating. I have a feeling it has to do with I updated the operating system to the brand newy one, and I have a feeling there's some issues associated with that. Let's see here. Does that work? Can that work? Can we see Keith? Is Keith available to be seen? Keith Spurlock. No. Well, this is a great start to a podcast, Keith.
Yes, it is.
This is wonderful. So how have you been doing? Yesterday was Halloween.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do anything Halloweeny. You?
Nope. Well, the closest thing I watched, Bert had Mikey Rowe and his brother on, who just did a horror movie, like a found footage horror movie. Your video's up, by the way, now. If you can notice, I'm starting to relax, I'm settling into not having to. Everything's still recording. Yes, numbers are moving. We have video. So we're officially started. So I watched that horror movie. It's called The Houses October Built. It's about these a group of friends, 5 friends, going on a road trip, checking out like haunted houses, like the people that set up the elaborate, crazy haunted houses, and then it has a twist in it where things get a little bit too crazy. So I watched that after work. I worked and then watched that. And then I watched Scream because I haven't watched that since, it's probably early 2000s. It's probably the last time I rewatched it. Came out when we were both in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a game changer for movies at the time. The jump scare thing was that's where that was born, I believe.
And then it all went downhill from there.
Yeah. Well, rewatching it yesterday was like, this is not good, man. This is like, man, it's definitely a movie that somebody in high school would have liked. And something, thankfully, I guess in my 30s that I'm not a fan of anymore.
Well,
Plus,
shitty movies, yeah. Although I like to watch a shitty movie every
Yeah.
once in a while.
No, it was funny. It was like, it had turned into, from what it was in high school, being like the thriller kind of a thing, the jump, like, woo, spooked you out, to being the, more of the ironically funny thing. And plus, there's been so many, like those, the scary movie spoof movies. So it's like, it's almost like what happened to The Matrix. Like, there was all the spoofs and remakes of it. And then you go and see the original, and it seems stupid because you've seen all the other stupid shit. That probably added to it.
I just rewatched The Matrix a couple weeks ago.
Did you?
And the first one's still good. The other two are dog shit.
I haven't revisited them recently, but I don't like the last two as much as the first one. But I do, as a whole, I like the Matrix trilogy. I like it. I want to rewatch the first one. I mean, that's a classic, man. That one came out, and then it took them a while before they came out with the sequels. So
Yeah. Well,
it
it was never written as a movie that was supposed to have sequels.
trilogy. Well, now That was like right before they started doing everything as trilogies.
Yeah.
Now everything's they film all 3 of them or all 6 of them at once.
Well, the dude that played Agent Smith, like that guy lucked out because he was also in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the head of the elves.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that dude was big balling in 2 different trilogies. Same with Gandalf doing that and doing all the X-Men movies.
Yeah. Didn't wait, Gandalf, that's right. Wait, Gandalf, that's from Lord of the Rings?
Gandalf's from Lord of the
Okay.
Rings.
Didn't he also
And,
do Harry Potter too? Or is that just another old
no, I think
long-bearded
that's
guy?
another old bearded dude.
They all look the same, Keith. I don't care what anybody says. But
You're gonna look like that when you get older.
dude, I've gotten so many since the last year when I grew my beard out versus this year. There's so many more gray hairs this year. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm still getting older, Keith. It hasn't stopped yet. I haven't figured it out.
You need to stop that shit right now.
I don't know how, man. I don't know how. Do you know how? You look pretty young. Maybe it's just
Just
Skype.
for men.
Just for men. I'm not doing that, man. I refuse to color my hair. I mean, it's.
You don't have to color the hair on your head, but your beard, you want to be rocking it. If
I don't mind.
If you, as long as you're all right with a little salt in the pepper.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind the gray hairs. It's just, it's an alarming amount of them. That's the scary part. Not that I have them, that I'm getting them.
That's what happens when you get older, dude. When did you think that was gonna happen?
Never. Never. That's not.
You just thought you were gonna be the old guy with black hair.
Yeah. That would be what I was shooting for. I mean, maybe not black. I don't have black hair, but dark brown would be cool. Maybe some highlights.
Probably would be cool.
Maybe some highlights. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I don't know. Maybe hook up with some vampires and see if you can get immunity or immortality. Same thing.
I think you have to get immunity first, and then you can probably. There's like a process to it. Like the immunities, like the white belt, and then the immortalities,
the black
purple belt. No, black belt's probably like they made a movie about you. That's black belt. I mean, there's not too many like famous fucking vampires. Thank you.
Yeah, there are.
There's a few, definitely, but there's only a few. There's a handful. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's all you need, right?
I guess. I don't really know. Do we need more? That's a really important question for the public at large. Do we need more vampires? I mean, now that Halloween's over.
Any more Twilight vampires?
No. I mean, unless you're into that sort of thing, and if you are, I think you tuned into the wrong podcast. Pretty sure.
I heard that they were making another Anne Rice vampire movie, but she's the one that wrote Interview with the Vampire.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I didn't hear about that. There was just a vampire movie, right? Like more action vampire. Recently, I didn't see it.
It just came out. I forget what it's called, but I heard Dracula something.
Dracula badass with a vengeance.
Dracula Unleashed or something goofy.
They took the collar off him. Now he's drinking blood for fun.
He's off the motherfucking chains. It's Dracula.
This bat flies first class. I don't know what that means.
He's off the hook, motherfuckers. It's Dracula.
In this summer's hit comedy, Road Trip with Dracula and Ice-T.
Dude, where's my blood?
It's all new Bloods versus Crips in this summer's wacky comedy featuring Dracula and Ice-T. Guest appearances by Ice Cube.
And Snoop Dogg.
And Ice Ice Baby.
Poor Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. Man, he's probably still making money.
He's got a home improvement show.
Really? That's crazy.
I've never seen it, but yeah, I know he does have a home improvement show.
That's insane. I've been watching a lot of home improvement shows. They just added a bunch of the HGTV stuff to Netflix.
I'm surprised the Vanilla Ice experience isn't on there.
I know.
Or whatever it's called.
I mean, I will probably...
Iced out to the max.
Your ice castle. Baby. Baby. Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of those. They haven't come across the Vanilla Ice one yet, though. But more of just trying to educate myself on like purchasing an older house kind of a thing, since that's
Yeah, you're gonna
potential.
buy a shithole.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to do a lot of work.
yeah. So that's definitely something I'd like to avoid. One of the shows is like a investment property type of a show, but it's like the contractor goes in. It's all about like putting like you put invest this much into remodeling it, and then that's this is how much the equity grows and all that kind of shit, all this like stupid money shit. But it was interesting because he's going around pointing out all the things that you need to look for and the things that cost money and getting an idea of how much shit costs. It's interesting. That's what I've been doing, Keith.
That sounds fun.
You
Now,
know?
are you handy with tools, or are you
Yeah.
just kind of watching this going, maybe I could probably do that?
I mean, I'm handy, but I'm not willing. Like, I remodeled, it's still not completely done, but my bathroom, I just have to do a little bit of grouting still. But I can do it. It's just, I also know it takes a lot of time if you're doing it yourself. And I don't have all the tools necessary, so I'd rather pay somebody. I could do small stuff, like I can change ceiling fans and change out light switches and all that kind of shit. I can do basic stuff, but like remodeling an entire kitchen or something like that, nah. I'll help.
Nah.
I'll help somebody. I'll be like a grunt worker, but
Yeah, I'm more of a grunt worker when it comes to that. I mean, I'm handy when it comes to maybe fixing something that's broken, but never really did a whole lot of carpentry or drywall
yeah,
or tiling or carpeting or
yeah. I
but I can
like
paint a wall.
that's good. That's a good start. I mean, some people probably don't even attempt to paint a wall. They're like, that wall is too big. Look at this
But
brush.
like I can figure out like basic plumbing stuff
Yeah,
and electric, like you're saying, light switches or outlets.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if you, it's for those kinds of things, it's basically just not being scared of like learning a little bit. Like it's so easy to do most of that shit. Just matching up the right wires.
Well, basically,
You
it's
know.
all about turning off the fucking breaker box for that
Oh yeah, that
outlet
too.
before you start fucking with it.
That's definitely a good way to start. Good job, Keith. That is.
That's the number one thing. You're like, I can do this.
And then
You're
just
like,
match up all the
I'll
wires.
turn that shit off.
Yeah, yeah. Home improvement tips from Keith Spurlock. Turn off the electricity before you work on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, speaking
You
of
ever got
electricity,
shocked? Like take
um,
10?
no, not like, no. I mean, shocked by like the little novelty kind of little buzzer things, but nothing. I haven't, that my house, my living place has not retaliated against me with
But
electricity.
never as a kid or anything. Like you never fucking electrocuted yourself.
No, I remember as a kid, my dad. One of the few memories of my dad, he was fixing a fountain that was outside in like this courtyard area, and I remember this huge bang and seeing him go flying across the courtyard because he didn't turn the fucking power off when he was wiring up a pump. So maybe that was like something, because that had to have been when I was like 5 or 4. So maybe that stuck with me. It's like, oh, electricity is dangerous. Don't. But I knew kids like sticking paper clips and shit into light sockets in class and shit.
My little
But
sister put a key in the light socket once,
nice. Just
and it like melted the key, blew her across the hallway. Uh, I've taken 110 a couple times.
oof.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
It
No.
finds a way out of you.
Yeah.
It goes in,
Yeah.
and then you'll get a burn mark somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't know where it's gonna be. Like
Hopefully
one
it's not
time,
your dick.
like I was building fence, and most fences that we'd build if we made them electric, it was solar power. So when you first plugged it in, the power wasn't built up yet.
Yeah.
So you could feel it. It was about the equivalent of like licking a 9 volt, like just a little.
You
Oh,
could.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
One time we were doing a fence, and the unit was in the barn, and so it just ran straight off 110.
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to hook it up, and we always got to test it to make sure we have a continuous, whatever loop. And I was grabbed a hold of it. I was like, I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything. And my grandpa was like, just wait. And all of a sudden, I felt a tick, 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 like a time bomb.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that? And if I jumped up about 3 feet in the air, and like I had a burn mark in the back of my left knee from my right hand,
Yeah. That's crazy.
and then welding a lot. If you don't ground, depending on what type of welding you're doing, if you don't ground what you're welding, it just shocks you, and it hurts like hell. Like I had a lot of little burn marks from that.
Yeah, no. But that is one of the scarier things about getting an older home is the electricity, because you don't know when you're buying a place. You don't know what's in the walls. You can't like go in there and look before you buy. You know. So
I mean, you can, but that would involve you breaking in, sledgehammering out some walls,
Yeah.
and then deciding after that whether you want to buy it. Then you have to replace all the walls that
Yeah.
you just crushed out.
should you A, be a homeowner, or B, be a felon? Right? Is that a felony, breaking and entering?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Vandalism?
sure that's
Yeah.
and destruction of property.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's well over a grand worth of damage that you do.
Yeah. So you can
So
do it.
that's
It's just
that's like 2 felonies.
yeah. So it's a
But
risky option.
financially, you'll be on top.
Yeah,
if
you can
know
save
what to look for.
boatloads of money. All you need is a sledgehammer and a
And if the
crowbar.
wiring's that shitty, take all the copper out of the wall. That shit recycles for a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yep.
House buying tips from the Inspired Disorder podcast.
Avoid electricity. Step 1. Turn that shit off.
Step 2, bust down all the drywall.
Yeah.
Make sure you know what's in your walls.
Break open first. Ask permission later.
Step 3, clear out all the copper in the house. Step 4, recycle copper. This will just add more money to you buying a nice house that you haven't destroyed.
Step 5. Move on to the next house. Repeat process.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Do the old shampoo model, and that's how you'll find your dream home. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, man. It's getting closer to the end of the year. How's the weather?
Shitty, it snowed last night.
What's the temperature?
Probably right now, probably 40.
Yeah. How's your path going to getting in the big bucks so you can get down to Houston?
Good, getting closer.
Yeah.
Been working a lot more this week. One of the people I work with quit, so it's helping for more hours.
Any fuck, I was just gonna ask a question. I forgot what it was. So that's good.
Yeah,
Totally.
it is.
Totally good.
It's the best.
Oh yeah, the whole internet thing, not having internet.
Yeah, it's
How's that?
it sucks.
What have you been doing?
I've been taking my computer to work, and we have Wi-Fi here.
So you're just hanging out at work all the time now?
No, I will download a shitload of podcasts, so I'm catching up on a lot of podcasts that I did listen to, but just didn't have the time to catch up on. I've been listening to a lot of backlog, Skeptic Tanks, Your Mom's House, catching up on Joe Rogan and The Church.
Yeah. Just audio?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Which I'm not used to just listening to them that way, but I mean, it's fine.
So you're just sitting in the sunroom with listening to podcasts from your laptop?
Which is so stupid because that's the room that's frigid cold.
Yeah, you don't need
Not
the Wi-Fi
heated well,
anymore.
and I'm still conditioned to sit in there.
Are you really?
I'm not getting the internet
Yeah.
from being in that room anymore, so
It's just that chair holds your ass so well after the years of molding.
it does. It cradles me very, very nicely.
Just awkward having the laptop anywhere else in your house.
Yes, it is. It's just weird. I mean, I had to move all my plants inside yesterday before the snow. Like, I didn't even really know it was going to snow. I'm just glad I moved them in because it literally started snowing a couple hours later.
Now, do you have, because it rained here, and because it doesn't rain very often, Like you can smell when rain's coming usually. Is there like anything that kind of cues you that it's gonna snow, aside from just being shit fucking cold and
The Weather
the
Channel?
weather people? There's not like a special
You know,
smell
like normal
or
people, they just look up the weather.
yeah. Well, I mean,
like
is there any more of a traditional, more Native
are you saying
American
like
way?
Native American
Yeah,
tricks to
yeah.
fucking know when it's gonna snow?
Absolutely. I'm just curious.
I pulled the bark off my willow tree,
Did you?
and if it pulls off easy,
Okay.
I know that there's a big snow coming. And if the bears hibernate early,
Yeah. All
uh,
the gay hairy dudes in Finley.
yes,
If they're
when
going
they're
to
like,
bed,
I'm totally not going outside, you're like, it's gonna snow. The bears are in.
it's like, I think Charlie said he's going to bed before 8 o'clock, man. It's going to snow. It's going to snow like crazy. Charlie never goes to sleep before 8. He's always sucking dicks till 11.
Oh,
Don't your joints hurt or anything? There's nothing. It's just you wake up and then all of a sudden there's snow outside.
joints always hurt, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's
So yeah, no, there's
they don't hurt
like I said, the
more.
Weather Channel.
Fuck Weather Channel, man.
Like
Look at
people
your
use
phone.
forecasts now. I mean, it gives you a general idea of what might happen.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, living in San Diego, it's not a tool readily used.
Yeah, what does the San Diego weatherman say? He just comes on, he's like, "Nice out,"
Not
and
a
then
lot.
turns,
Yeah, not a lot. I don't know.
sunny,
Yeah.
turns around, walks away.
That's why the character in Anchorman was just a complete idiot, because you can be and still accurately tell the weather in San Diego. I never watched the news, but I would imagine it's just like the variations of how warm it is. Like, oh, it's going to be slightly warmer than yesterday. It's going to
There'd be humidity today.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty I don't know. People probably don't. It's not a thing. Traffic is probably, and that's not even a big thing in San Diego. But it's probably more, it's like a segment that's more listened to than weather. You know? Because I can smell when the rain's coming, bro, is what I'm
Everybody
saying.
can fucking smell rain, bro.
I know, but I'm just saying, can you smell snow? Can you smell frozen rain? Does it smell different? Does it smell like tequila? Or soggy
Just wait till you
diapers?
get out here and you can sniff it yourself,
I know.
bro. I can't give away these Ohio. Like, if I give away all of our secrets from here, like, it's just gonna ruin everything.
Yeah,
You're gonna
but
have to find out for yourself, bro.
you can donate a few. I mean, I
Talk
guess
off camera about this.
I gotta find a willow tree. What was that?
So we'll talk off camera about
Okay,
this.
this is
I
don't want-
gotta confer with the Ohio Council of
Okay.
letting people out of state know shit.
I understand, man. I get it.
That's the official title of that council too.
Yeah, that's it's crazy that like out of political councils that that's one that you're tight enough with that you can just communicate with easily.
Well, we've had some problems because I let people know shit a lot.
Oh yeah, you do have
And,
a big mouth. That's for
So
sure.
I've been reprimanded a few times by the said council, so we're tight.
So it's not just a big mouth on this show. It's just in general, that's just a trait that Keith Spurlock has as a human being. He says shit that he probably shouldn't. Well, that willow tree remark's probably going to get... Are you humping the desk right now? Is that the situation? You're just like...
Look, I'm polar.
You're trying to appease the council gods by humping the desk. You're like, yeah, they like it when I do this. I don't know why. But I'll do it, man.
Yeah.
Gotta stay in their good graces until I
Watch
move.
it, council.
Gonna squirt the council down, wash them clean. All right.
You've gone too far now. I've insulted the council.
Well, you already fucked up, man. You gave away that willow tree tip. And I gotta
That
go.
was actually from Rogan's podcast when he had the chick from the Life Below Zero or whatever.
Oh, I'm behind on his show. I just watched the Rhonda Patrick one. Was
Oh
that
my God,
yesterday?
that made my brain hurt.
Well, it's probably just the self-realization of your brain hurting already. You're like, oh,
That was the other part of it. Like everything she said,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna die and have Alzheimer's. I've been knocked out so many fucking times.
I actually ordered that 23andMe thing.
You didn't.
I did.
Why
And-
do you even want to know what markers
Fuck
you
it,
have?
man. Well, my grandma had Alzheimer's, so I'm curious to know if my heavy drinking over the past decade plus has contributed to that. especially after that one. I don't know, man.
Grandpa a big drinker?
Hey, well, I'm not talking about you, bro. I was concerned about my own well-being at that point. Okay, I know a lot of other people that probably should be just any MMA fighter in general watching that show.
I don't want to know that shit though, bro. Don't you understand like that knowing and not being able to do anything? What are you gonna
Yeah,
just
you can
fucking
sleep. Sleep helps.
yeah? What are you just gonna sleep forever? And
I love
eat all
sleeping.
Shitty food.
Yeah,
And
I
take
love
all those vitamins.
Yep.
Ones that evidently you have to shoot up. And all right, let's talk about her disregard for mice.
Well, she's a scientist.
I don't give a fuck. She talks so casually about them giving mice head trauma, which involves them crushing their little skulls.
Yeah. Well, I had a roommate that owned a snake, and you gotta feed snakes mice, and when you feed them
That's
mice,
nature, bro.
you have to knock them out, otherwise the mice will.
The snake.
Yeah. So you have to flick the mouse in the head to knock it out. So.
Or
Yes.
you just put it in fucking dry ice and it knocks it out.
We didn't have dry ice. It was the
Instead
desert.
of just punching mice in the face, you fucking weirdos.
Too late, bro. That mouse is long gone.
Punching mice in the face.
That snake is long gone too.
Eat it.
Dude, that snake shit out its insides, and my roommate had to pay like hundreds of dollars to get that shit pushed back in. It's like, it's a snake. It's not like
Shit out its inside.
like the snake pooped and went inside out. Kind of like, just the intestines didn't stay inside the snake when it pooped. It just like the intestines came out. The rectum.
Fuck that snake at that point.
That's
right?
what I'm saying, bro. I'm not saying it was a
snake
good.
out. You want to punch mice in
Yes.
the face? The snake just shit out its insides.
It's not
and you're
like
oh, I gotta save it.
Yeah, it's not a cute little cuddly animal. It's a reptile with fangs that doesn't like people, just bites people.
Let's talk a little bit about people who have strange fucking pets.
All right, let's talk about dudes who have
What
cats.
the fuck is wrong with people who love snakes?
I don't know. I mean, that particular person who's my friend Rochelle, who I got Izzy from, I think it was just that time she was going through a phase. I think a lot of the times it's a phase thing.
But I just don't get it.
I don't either,
those
man.
People are also the weird ones who want to hold their fucking snake all the time and want you to hold it.
Yeah.
Like, let's get it straight. Snakes are fucking creepy. They smell bad.
They don't smell bad.
The fuck they don't.
They
All
don't really
snakes
have a
stink.
smell. What are you talking about?
They
What?
smell like fucking reptiles.
They don't. I don't know what you're talking about, Keith. I don't know what snakes.
Fucking stink.
Okay,
bro.
Keith has this crazy nose where he can smell snakes.
I
Can't smell snow, but he can smell a fucking snake.
Smell a fucking snake from here right now.
Smells like a python this time of year. It's getting kind of python weather.
And then how about assholes with tarantulas?
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
them
really weird
too.
too. Yeah, that's. I think we know somebody that owns a tarantula. For some reason, I think we know somebody in the podcasting community. I could be wrong, and they're probably weird. I mean,
I hope that they're listening because you're fucking weird, bro.
Yeah,
There's
tarantulas.
no reason to have a fucking tarantula. You might think that they're beautiful or whatever,
No,
but they're not.
First off, show me a
fucking
person that says that's beautiful.
I found them.
And well, I'm sure those people that say that. Who'd you find that says they're beautiful?
I had a friend back in high school, and I remember one of the first times I ever smoked out of a bong. It was the first time I'd ever hit a bong. I was at this dude's apartment. I was 16, maybe 15. It's like right when I first started. Like I wasn't even a every day or every week or every month smoker. It was just random. So I'm there, and he packs up this bong, and I proceed to get probably the highest I'd ever been in my life at that point. And then, as we're all sitting there, and he loved death metal, like as evil of death metal as you could get.
Yeah.
Where the lyrics are completely, totally incomprehensible. It's just growling.
Satan's even like, whoa, that's a little heavy for me, bro.
That's what it was. And just cranked as high as it would go. And then he turns it down real quick. He's like, oh, yeah, dude. If you feel something crawling on you, don't freak out and step on it. My tarantula got out a couple days ago. And then he just turns the music back up.
After getting as high as you've ever been.
Ever been in my
Now you
life.
have to be
I'm
not
20.
paranoid about a giant hairy spider
And
crawling
now,
on you.
like where I was sat back on the couch and shit, relaxing, I'm now on my toes on the ground and just sitting on the very edge of the couch, just ready to jump the fuck up at any time. And then finally, I was like, I gotta go, dude. I can't.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm gonna kill your spider.
Yeah. It's either him or me, okay? It's not gonna be me. I've got a life to live, bro.
And the guy was crazy enough that if I'd have posed that his spider or me, he probably would have stabbed me
Yeah.
right there and fed me to a spider.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was just like, I gotta go, bro.
Yeah, this is not. This is a lose battle.
Oh,
Can't do it. Yeah, I don't get
people,
it.
scorpions.
But
Another,
those would be the type of people that I would imagine would say that as like an older. Well, how old was that person? I mean, teenagers seems like a good
like a
age.
year or two older than me.
Yeah, so like that kind of age range, I could see the spider and the snake being a pet kind of thing. Just that, I don't know, that just kind of that mentality of being a teenager, especially somebody that listens to like crazy death metal. I mean, that's just a stereotype that goes hand in hand. I would say.
He has a pentagram on his throat.
Well, that's just so every piece of food that he swallows knows what's up.
He's blessing his fit.
Yeah.
Dark magic. I bless my food.
It's just way too much work to bless every single dish, so you just get the tattoo. It's like a nice little shortcut, save some time, more efficient.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's just it always even something as cute as like a chimp. Those people are weird too.
I
It's
mean,
not
I
even
guess
that
like
weird of an animal. They're cute. They're actually almost like little humans. But at a
yeah,
certain point in time, they'll fucking rip your face off and bite your nuts off and all your fingers. That's
yeah,
what they do.
yeah. What's what's the weirdest pet you've had? Have you had any weird pets?
Fish.
Yeah, I had fish growing up. I remember having
I
rabbits.
weird fish, I guess.
Had a tortoise, a giant desert tortoise at one point.
Where do you keep that?
In the backyard, and like it was when I was young, before I was
Did you
probably
ride
like
it?
3 or 4. I probably did. I don't really remember it that
Bite?
much because
They
I was.
bite?
I don't think so. I don't know how long we had it. I remember we had it and then we
Did you have sex
gave it
with
away. I mean, probably that's probably why I blacked it out. I mean, I was like 4 years old, so
Did
I
it have sex with
definitely.
you?
I mean, definitely at 4 years old, I was fucking the shit out of that turtle. I mean, I needed to make Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I don't even know if I knew of at the time, but I was way ahead of my time when I was 4
You
years
were
old.
reading the comic books right when they came out in '84.
Yeah, you don't even. I mean, I was like just on the cutting edge of scientific exploration at that point, just drilling the fuck out of this tortoise, and nothing happened. I mean, maybe something did, and that's why we had to get rid of it because my mom didn't want to raise any bastard tortoise children. I don't know.
No, it does.
I mean, those are things parents don't talk to their kids about, so I will never know. You know, it's just one of those sad mysteries that just dies with time.
And we had like a bunch of different dogs, like not at once when I was young,
Hmm.
but like, we had a dog, then we didn't have a dog, then we had a dog, and we didn't have a dog.
Yeah.
Cats, got a lot of cats.
I had a duck for like a day or 2 days. Had a kitten for a little while.
My mom had a rabbit. I guess we had a rabbit. That'd be probably the weirdest. It was like a lop-eared rabbit,
Mm-hmm. Those
and
are pretty.
it just chews through your clothes. Like you could hold it and it'd be all cool letting you pet it, and then all of a sudden you'd like look down and he's eating like 20 holes in your brand new shirt,
Yeah, fuck that shit.
and then you flick him in the head and feed him to a snake.
Yeah. Oh
Fucking
yeah. So my friend Rochelle
murderer.
that had the snake later got rats. So she had two. So she went from the predator to the prey, and then now she has a kid.
That's another fucking weird one. I've known people with rats too, and they
Yeah.
play with them. I'm like, you sick fuck.
Yeah.
Like that is not a toy. They're rodents.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're the one of the grossest of the rodents. Like you can have a ferret, and that's
Those are pretty gross too. Those are
They
long.
stink
Those
unless
are
you get their scent gland taken out.
everything stinks. Yeah.
They actually do stink. They have a
Yeah.
stink gland.
Well, they're just like long rats. They're like the dachshund of rats.
Yeah, but they got like longer cattish hair. So it's not like
Still,
rats are just short haired, like with their teeth sticking out. I'd fuck a rat. I'll fuck
I know
a rat
you'd
in
fuck
the
a
ear.
rat, but I know you'd. But
Right in the ear.
yeah, fucking Master Splinter is scared. That's for sure. He's gonna get ear fucked by Keith.
I just don't get it. Like, I mean, whatever, teach their own.
Yeah.
But
She's
but
a
fuck
weird.
That shit's weird.
Yeah. Well, now she has a kid and a dog, so it's less weird. she like got normal. She went to the most ultimate weird type of pet, which is a child. You know. So
All right. Here's that is weird. But
I know.
if you want to have, like, say you want to have a snake or a tarantula, it's not as weird if you just have like a nice big cage and that's where they live in, and you don't really have to fuck with them.
Yeah, like a habitat kind of a thing.
But you're weird when you're that person that holds it and caresses it
Kisses
and tries
it.
to like pet it.
Yeah, take showers with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's fucking weird.
dude. I see people coming into my work like with snakes. Seen people.
No snakes in my fucking place of employment.
Seen people come in with birds, all kinds of different kinds of birds on their shoulder.
Like a bird too. That's another creepy one.
And then yeah, people come in all the time with dogs, and they just say they're service animals, so they can. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's some animals out there that are fucking adorable as hell that I wouldn't mind owning if like they were easily maintained, you know, low cost pets.
Like what?
I don't know. There's just a lot of those YouTube videos of I don't know what these just like animals I've never seen before, but they just look adorable. You know, playing peekaboo or whatever the fuck. I don't know what they are. I can't think of examples, but it's, you know, you just look on YouTube. There's tons of these cute animal videos.
But are these animals just being cute on video, or are they someone's pet?
I mean, probably a mix of both. I'm sure some of them are like,
Because you're like, oh, he's so cute.
Yeah.
What is he? He's a honey badger.
yeah.
You're like, I wish I had one.
I like honey too. We have so much in common.
My honey badger bit my dick off last night.
I mean, I don't know if these pets would be like realistically good pets to have, but it would be cool. I mean, it's just cool. It would be cool to have a pet that's unique that most people don't have. Like most
The
people
problem
have.
with unique pets is they're not fucking domesticated.
Well, yeah, there are downsides. I get it, but I'm just saying. I'm not planning on getting any of these. I'm just saying that.
Like, there's only a couple of vaguely domesticated animals.
Yeah, totally. I get it. But, you know, what
I don't
I'm
think
saying
that-
is
what else?
if
Like,
I could change reality in a way to where they were magically domesticated, I would wave that wand over certain cute, fuzzy, adorable
I
little
want a
things.
ring-tailed lemur that won't fucking hurt me.
Yeah.
They look adorable.
I would
but-
want one that does hurt you, but just specifically you.
Well, that's fine because
Yeah.
we've never met, so we don't have to worry about it.
There's some distance between us. at
I'm
the
never
moment.
gonna open a giant package from you in the mail. I'll be like, "That's a fucking lemur in there, dude."
I'm gonna get a big box, wrap it up, but inside I'm gonna have this thing, this motion activated thing where it thumps, so it sounds like there's something rustling around in it. Probably wouldn't even make it to you. I'd have to like
yeah,
work
good
out a
luck
deal.
shipping that.
I'd have to like just deliver it in person.
This guy's like, "No."
Yeah. Izzy just said no. She's like, fuck that shit. All right.
I'll fucking kill a lemur.
Yeah. Probably will too.
Like chinchillas look cute, but they don't do much.
Yeah. Did you ever have? I always wanted like a guinea pig growing up. I don't know why. It was just like one of those pets other kids had.
Yeah, I think kids my age had hamsters, not many guinea pigs.
Yeah, or hamster. One of those. Similar kind of a fucking little small furry piece of
I
shit.
think we may have had, if we didn't have a hamster, someone else close to me. No, it was my buddy.
Yeah.
I just remember being around a hamster a lot when I was little. But like, I remember picking it up and the asshole bite me. I was like, this is the worst pet ever. Like, it's a smaller rat and it bites. What's cool about it?
You can put it in a ball.
ball.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
You can run around the house.
Dude, I would love to get a slightly larger size ball and put Izzy in it. That would be hilarious.
would not deal with it well. Dogs
I know, but I
don't have the best balance.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, she
pick a
falls on
dog up in the bed of a truck once and drive around.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that.
Oh,
Yeah.
they can't handle that
Yeah.
shit.
Just it doesn't have to be in just a dog in a car standing up. They don't do well. No. No, she slips on linoleum. She can't. Her feet suck for sure.
I do that with my long-haired cats because they have a lot of feet hair.
Uh-huh.
Like it grows real long out of the inside.
Mhm.
And so on the linoleum, I'll take the laser light and get them trucking, then turn it around, and they'll just slide like 5 feet, run into the wall. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Now they have brain damage.
Yeah, but I didn't hit them.
I know you made them hit a wall.
No, listen, I didn't make them do anything.
You
They're
created
just-
this. You created the situation and circumstances that led them to have impact in their head with a wall.
Listen, just because let's say I have a boxing gym in my backyard, just because that exists there doesn't mean I'm facilitating everyone's brain injuries. They're the ones doing it.
I mean, I would still say you are, but I technically, I guess you're right. Some people wouldn't. But still, tricking your cat into getting up to speed in the direction of said wall and then violently turning the direction and knowing that they have the defective paws with the hair
All right.
on them.
All right, maybe the first time I was a dick.
But the hundreds of other
But
times,
any other time past that, if they haven't figured out that when I get going real fast, I can't fucking stop, then I got dumb animals, man.
Shame on them.
Trying to beat it into them.
yeah, well, eventually that might work, I guess.
Or they just go full on retard at that point.
Or maybe it's already kicked in and they just forgot. They're just like, I don't even know who this guy is. Red dot. Whoa! Boom. Where am I?
Oh,
It's already
shit.
too late.
Dumb cats.
Yeah. Dumb cats. Well,
Did
know.
you watch the fights last week?
I did. Well, they were on. I mean, they were on, but I wasn't paying 100% attention to them. They're good. A lot of, I think, from what I remember anyway, a lot of finishes. The Aldo fight was good.
Yeah, I heard that was tremendous. I listened to the Fight Companion.
I haven't listened to that one. Oh, maybe I did.
There was a shitload of people on there. It was hard to. They didn't. Like, there was a lot of people there.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Eddie, Schaub, Ian McCall, Aubrey,
Oh, wow.
one of their girlfriends.
So I did not listen to that one.
And there's a lot of people there.
Yeah. Did they? I mean, did you get much from the fight from that? Because they don't always talk about what's
I
going
learned
on.
who won and kind of why they won. They talk about it just this much, but
Yeah.
I guess the Aldo fight was awesome from what everyone said.
Just a nice back and
Phil
forth.
Davis just kind of beat down Glover Teixeira.
Yeah. I don't even remember that fight. Yeah, I don't know. There's it was weird though. It's because they took like a few weeks off, and then there was a fight, and then there's this week. There's a Invicta fight, but the next fights are next Saturday. Maybe 2 next Saturday, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, the schedule seems so fucky, man.
Yeah, it's weird, man. But whatever. It's hard to keep up.
I heard a rumor that Anderson Silva and Shogun are gonna coach the next Tough Brazil.
He signed a 15-fight contract.
Yeah, man,
That's
I saw
insane.
that too.
That's
What is
insane.
that about?
Yeah, that's like, I mean, if you're really confident, but I mean, even if, I mean, that's like, that almost seems like he's confident he's going to go on another, belt holding spree or whatever. Like, that seems like a lot of fights if it's just he's coming back for big fights.
Here's the thing, though. You don't have to. You can retire at any time.
Yeah.
So I just think that they inked this deal with him to lock him down for the rest of his career.
Yeah, probably.
More so than thinking they're going to get another 15 fights out of this dude. But you never know.
It'd be amazing if we do. and he's
He's
at
like
the
50,
level.
just
Yeah.
still beating the shit out of dudes.
He gets so good. He just walks in and then dodges and no, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see where he's at because I mean his last two fights against Weinman he got clipped. You know, not Weinman. Is it
Yeah.
Weinman? Yeah, Weinman. He
Second time, he didn't really. He did get hit a few times, but I mean, when your leg breaks in half.
yeah. Well, no, he got clipped before that though.
Yeah, no, like
But
I said, he
yeah.
did get hit,
So
but
his chin is suspect now, which that's not something you see guys come back from when they start, kind of
he can
just
still
getting
win
shut
though.
off.
I mean,
Yeah.
Vanderlei, even though he had a glass jaw, would still, occasional rock'em sock'em like with Brian Stan and shit like that, where his jaw did hold up and he won the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Kung Lee, that was a great back and forth fight,
Or it could be
but
like Chuck Liddell.
and just get all punchy and every
Yeah.
time someone touches you, you just fall down.
And then talk
Yeah,
about the
that'd be a
same
shame.
talk about the same story about a guy making weight on a bathroom scale and how stupid it is. Seems like a story he tells a lot.
I feel well.
Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, a lot of people. I think when a lot of those guys will allude to someone that fights MMA that's real punchy, like in my head, I'm always thinking they're just talking about Chuck.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there's others, but he's one that at least you've kind of seen it or heard it. But
Yeah, when he was on Rogan's podcast the one time with that Asian fighter, but he could have just been drunk. I've had podcasts where I sound
yeah.
like that.
Or he just might not I don't know how well he spoke before. Like I don't know how many interviews.
I've heard him talk
hmm
plenty of times back in the day, like when he was coaching Tough and shit like that, and he did not.
He was clear.
He wasn't so slurry.
Yeah. Well, who knows? I mean, he came up in a time when they trained different than they're training now, and he went through some wars. So I don't know, man. And I just listened to the Chael Sonnen podcast which is more like it's radio format, which is annoying, but he had GSP on. But that you didn't really learn anything new as far
Let me
as,
guess, GSP didn't really say a whole lot.
I mean,
I'm training. I'm
yeah,
taking. I'm just back in the gym.
yeah,
I'm.
pretty much. Like, yeah, he talked about how, there are rumors of him getting back in the OC now that he's training again, but he's like, no, it's just after the rehab. This is his first time actually being able to train. And he's as biggest he's ever been. He said he's walking around at like 200
pounds.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. We'll see. It's another guy I wouldn't mind seeing, come back.
That'd
But
be
it's a
fun,
questionable.
In my mind,
Yeah. It's like I almost
like, it'd
don't
be
want
a
him.
cool story, but whatever. Like if he
Yeah.
doesn't come back, it's not gonna make me. I'm not gonna go, well, fuck the welterweight division then.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's got more fun after he's left
Yeah,
than
yeah,
when
yeah.
he was there.
Yeah, I'm totally fine him staying, like, because he left technically on top. He didn't lose, even though he should have lost that fight.
Oh yeah, he should have lost it, but
But-
technically he didn't.
Yeah, so like if he didn't come back, that's fine too. I'm cool with that. Just because I'd be nervous to see him come back because I'm a fan. But he seems like a guy that's taken a lot of punishment, and he's probably, who knows where his brain's at. But I'm also okay if he doesn't come back, But I think it'd be cool if he did. It would be cool to see him clearly dominate again. Like I wouldn't want to see him come back and then just be like a mediocre fighter, It'd just be sad to see.
Well, what do you think is going to go down in the Anderson-Nick Diaz fight? If
don't
it
know.
even happens.
True, if it happens.
Because
I don't
it's
know,
at
man.
185.
Yeah, it's gonna be Anderson's weight class. Fuck, I don't know, man. It really just depends. I think more on where Anderson's head is at. I know there's articles about him seeing a psychologist or whatever to help get over the whole broken leg thing, which makes sense. I mean, I'd probably
You would want to, yeah.
yeah.
I
It's
mean,
like last time I was in there, my leg kind of turned to rubber, and that's kind of a scary thing that I don't want to happen again. And I'm sure it's something that sticks in your head. So we'll see where his head's at when he comes back. I hope he wins because I'm not a fan of the Diaz brothers. But we'll see where Diaz is at too, you know?
Yeah, because he hasn't. It's like Diaz hasn't fought in almost longer than Anderson.
Yeah. But it's not
So
like
his first fight back is going to be against a guy who was widely considered maybe the best of all time.
Yeah, the situations are different though, because he wasn't out because of a crazy injury that he's had to rehab. He just, whiny didn't want to fight anymore, retired, whatever you want to call it.
Well, they didn't give me the fight. I quit.
He's so whiny, man.
I'm sorry to all the people out there that just suck on Diaz dick hardcore.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry to those people.
I mean, yeah, he's fun to watch fight. But besides that, him and his brother are fucking crybabies.
Yeah.
I want a better contract. I'm not making enough. I'm going to quit and start my own fight organization. Oh, it cost a lot of money to do that. I can't do that. So I guess I'm only going to fight if I can fight for the belt. Well, you lost your last 2 fights.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll only fight Anderson Silva. Anderson's like, fine, I'll beat you up. And he's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like they're complaining wouldn't be as bad if they also
They won every fight.
Yeah,
don't be a prima donna if you're not fucking. Unless you're Floyd Mayweather, and I even think he's an intolerable douche. But don't fucking keep talking like you're the undefeated champ when you've had your ass stomped a few times.
Yeah. And, or not doing your job outside of the ring, showing up to press conferences and all that kind of shit.
It's so difficult.
Yeah, it's like that's part of your job, bro. You work for the UFC. You're trying to promote fights. Yeah, so it's like that's but I don't know. They're just fucking. The fight I would love to see between that would be a decent back and forth, but ultimately Anderson Silva just destroying.
I don't even want to see that. I want to see Anderson go in there and fucking matrix dodge all Diaz's punches.
Yeah.
And pepper him back with those light pussy slaps for 4.5 rounds until Diaz is like a bloody mess. And then I want to see some crazy fucking jumping spin kick that Van Damme would have done back in the 80s. Yeah. And I want to see Diaz's jaw broken. Not just like, ow, my jaw hurts, but I want to see like full dislocation.
Oh, my God hurts.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I want to see that. Whatever, dude. That's what I want to see. I just want him to shut up about, they don't pay me enough. I don't get to fight the best guys. I got robbed in my fight. Yeah. Like, it's always an excuse with that dude. It was never his fault that he lost the fight.
Yeah, he never takes responsibility for anything.
And then with him just getting a DUI, I mean, that could, who knows what trouble he'll get in for that, but.
I didn't hear about that, but that's okay.
I'm not judging him for having a DUI. Should I have 2 of them?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, you don't know, like, what the fuck will happen with that.
Commission-wise and everything.
Just like every other fucking UFC fight, what is that one scheduled for? January or something?
Let's see. Probably.
That means they've got 2 months to hurt themselves.
Where are we at here? Diaz Silva, January 31st. So, yeah, they got...
Almost February, then.
Yeah.
So they got the 3 months to fucking hurt themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Or come up with an excuse, if he just doesn't show up for the press conferences again, it's like, well, it worked before, bro. One thing I don't understand that I've seen like headlines of like this most fierce rivalry between Rockhold and Bisping. It's like I don't see that as a rivalry at all. I see them as trying to sell a fight.
They talk shit.
Yeah, but I don't. It's not like
this thing talks shit to everyone he's ever faced.
Yeah, and it's like, but they're. It seems like they're trying to make it out to be this big, like Tito Ken Shamrock type of rivalry. But it's like, it's not rivalry if it's just because of this fight coming up. It's like, I've never heard of either of those talk shit about each other that I can think of prior to the fact that they're fighting each other.
But like I said, Bisping has done that with every person he's ever fucking fought.
Mm-hmm.
He talks shit.
Mm-hmm. That would
I
be.
mean, I don't. He's another one I don't really care for.
Yeah, I don't
Decent
either.
fighter, but
He was great in his last fight. Um, yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not. He's kind of
and I get
annoying.
some people love the shit talking aspect of
If you're
it.
good at it, man, if you're Chael Sonnen good at shit talking, then you get a pass. If you can get away with doing that. But if you're bad, like if you're John Jones, I don't like John Jones for shit talking. He's horrible. He's shit. He's outside the cage. Fuck
Still
that
there,
dude.
pussy.
But yeah, but in the cage, talented. George St. Pierre, shit, horrible shit talker. I am not impressed with your performance.
You do not know. I can go to a very dark place.
Yeah, it's called blacking out. We know.
Yeah, it's with the aliens taking, bro.
Yeah. No, he just saw a UFO. He just saw a UFO. He didn't get abducted. Um, they've got the Hendricks Lawler 2 coming up December. That should be good. That was
That'd be
pretty
good.
close first fight.
Damn, when's the last time Hendricks has fought though?
Their last fight, I'm sure. I don't think
Yeah.
he fought since then. I don't know if he got injured or not.
Yeah, he hurt his arm or shoulder or hand or something.
It wasn't the greatest fight I've seen because it was kind of evenly matched from what I can remember. But it just kind of went his way. Can't really remember the first fight as much.
Man, I wish Matt Brown would have won that close fight with Lawler.
I know. He should be coming back too. Yeah, the last one was Robbie Lawler, and that was back. The fuck was that? March of this year. So he's only fought once this year so far. Lawler. That's crazy. He lost GSP in November of last year. Fought in March this year, and then he's going to fight in December. So
That's a long layoff.
yep. So, but Lawler fought once, right? It was just the Matt Brown between.
Yeah.
Yeah. See where Matt Brown's
No, Lawler fought twice.
at. Great. Jake Ellenberger and Matt Brown.
Yeah.
So he's way.
He's tuned up.
I would much rather see Lawler as the champ than what's his face?
Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah.
Hendricks is
Not that I don't like Hendricks, but
Yeah, I don't dislike him, but man, it's weird. Like I don't like the guys that talk too much shit, but if you're too fucking quiet,
he's kind of cocky too. Like he's kind of got an arrogance to him, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's just an interview. It's just I don't know. He just doesn't seem like somebody. He's not somebody that like given me anything to root for really. Where Lawler is kind of that that comeback type of a thing, where he
he's
had
had a
his
crazy
moment,
career.
yeah, and then fell and then dug his way back, and now he's fighting for the belt in UFC again. That story makes me way more interested to see him as a champ than Hendricks, which he has some exciting knockouts. Matt Brown's not scheduled for anybody right now.
Yeah, it's weird.
Maybe he's maybe just like healing up or something like that. I think he's been doing promotions with Assassin's Creed or something like that. I think I saw. But I know Rich Franklin's. There's been some articles Rich Franklin talking about Matt Brown like passing the torch, like he's the guy.
Yeah, I read that one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So,
But I mean, Matt trains out of Columbus instead of Cincinnati, which is. But he's kind of one of those guys that trains all over.
yeah, which is good. It seems like, for the most part, it seems like guys that mix up their training do well.
But he invested money into
his own.
a gym, his own gym in Columbus,
Yeah.
or with partners. But I'm sure most people have partners in their gym businesses.
Yeah, probably people with more money to put up, or mutual,
Or just
money.
people that can be there all the time. Like if you're
Manage
a
it.
fighter, you
That's
go and
true.
train in other places. You got fights in different countries, or
That's true.
somebody got to run that shit.
Somebody does. That's something I wouldn't mind having a manager. Just I'll do the work, but like if you can coordinate shit,
Just
it's just so much like
can
keeping
you pay
track.
my bills and all that shit.
Oh, that
while I
would be
just do
amazing too.
stuff?
Yeah, can you just do all the kind of boring important things and let me just create stuff, and then that's cool. That's kind of
Like manager, is my podcast ready?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right, you sit down, you're like, "Where's my drink?"
yeah. It's like
Jesus.
fucking managers these days don't even get a fucking talent or drink. What the hell? I'm parched. Do I not look parched, Keith? I look very dehydrated on the camera. This is
You look a
ridiculous.
little sluggish.
I'm all sunk in from low water levels within my body.
Need to rehydrate, bro.
It's difficult. It's difficult with these managers that you get nowadays. Just money just doesn't buy the same kind of management it used
We're
to.
both drinking out of tiny receptacles.
That's true. Well, didn't you have a small Coke last episode?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I got these small monster drinks. Maybe,
Now I got a small water.
small water. There you go. Look at us all giants.
Raw. Oh.
So you didn't
So
do
what-
anything yesterday for Halloween?
Yeah. Nope.
Nope. Did you
I mean-
work at all?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. That's
But every other day this week I've been working.
yeah. Do a lot of people? I mean, I guess I don't know. Do you get trick or treaters at your place?
Nope.
Cool.
I think trick or treat here might have been Thursday.
Really?
Hmm.
I saw people trick or treating when I got home. That nobody knocked on my door, at least after I got home. But
My
I'm
street
usually
doesn't.
working.
I don't have a sidewalk on my street,
mm-hmm.
and there's not really any kids that live there
Mm.
on my street, so
Yeah.
it's just not. It's kind of a dark street too. It's just something parents aren't taking their kids down,
Yeah.
or if
How-
they were, I was at work that day until late, so it had already been over by the time work was over. But even at work, we're right on the main strip through town, and no kids stop here.
I wonder how popular. I wonder if like the popularity of trick or treating has gone down. You know, because you don't see kids playing outside, really, ever, at all. I mean, sometimes you do, but it's pretty rare.
Not really.
I know, like during the summer, I'll hear kids at the pool. But it's like, so I know there's kids in this complex. There's a lot of kids, but in general, you don't see them outside playing too often.
What? Everyone thinks their kids are gonna get fucked by someone.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Is that still a thing though? I remember that being a thing when we were kids. Like, you know, the whole don't talk to strangers, the whole candy and the bicycle and the
See,
van.
but that was fine. Your parents told you that shit, but still just set you off
No.
outside. Now parents are like, you can't go somewhere. You stay in the yard. I have to be outside with you. It's like, Jesus, let your kid run around. Like,
Yeah. I remember going on vacation, like these friends, family friends or friends that had money or whatever from, I don't know how they had a house in Hawaii, and they'd actually pay for me to go out and visit them when I was young, probably like 8, 7, somewhere around there. And I remember like I flew out there with them, I think, and then I flew back home on my own and into like LAX, and nobody was there. Like I show up to the airport and I'm young. I mean, like 7 years old.
that's
And I'm like,
terrifying at 7.
I go and I'm waiting at the gate. Everybody clears out, empty, nobody around anymore. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll find out where the baggage claim is. And then I found like that area was all empty, and my shit was already taken off the belt and just set aside randomly. So I went over there and got it. And then I went and found a payphone, and I'm like, I don't know who to call, because usually my mom would go stay with my aunt that lived in the LA area, so she wouldn't have to drive 3 hours or whatever. And I don't know her number. I don't know her name because she's been married so many times, so it's like I can't look it up in a phone book that probably was the wrong phone book anyway. But so I'm like, I don't know. And I remember this cleaning lady there, like, trying to help me out, but it's like I don't have anything to give her to help me out. So it's just like I'm breaking down crying. It's like, I don't know what's going on. I am all alone in a fucking airport, and I have no idea how to get a hold of anybody. So then there's like this page over the intercoms. I don't know how many hours later. And it's like, Ray Taylor, go to a courtesy phone, pick up the phone. They're like, okay, we're going to send somebody out. They have like a Wrangler or whatever, and they put you in a room with other kids that apparently are waiting to get picked up. And
The
then
island of
finally,
misfit kids.
yeah,
You're like, hey.
finally my mom shows up. I don't know how much, like, just watching LA morning news, and she just slept through her alarm. She got drunk the night before, slept through her alarm. She had donuts though. So that was great.
Even at 7, I would have cussed my mom out.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I'm sure I was angry. I don't really remember those details. I just remember being happy that somebody in my reality
the initial
showed up.
happiness would be great, but then the anger.
Oh yeah,
of making me that scared just because you were irresponsible.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, I was kind of used to it. Like, I missed a lot of school and shit like that because my mom wouldn't wake up. So it's like a lifestyle that I kind of. It's my reality growing up was just
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. So that was kind of, and it's like I can't imagine a 7-year-old kid just being stuck at LAX by them. I don't even think it may not have been LAX, but it was one of the. I think it may have been a smaller airport, like Ontario Airport or something like that, smaller LA region airport. But yeah, man, that was fun.
Your mom sounds like a dick.
Yeah, well, we don't talk, so yeah, so it's there's that, but yeah, man, it's weird. But growing up, when my parents did get a divorce, she was paranoid that my dad was going to kidnap me. So, like, that's who I was worried about. It wasn't just some faceless, nameless, kind of scary dude in a
Not
rickety
stranger
van.
danger. It's
No,
like,
it was
your dad
like
is gonna steal you.
your dad's going to come by with his new girlfriend, and they're going to kidnap you. So it's like I couldn't go outside, or if I did go outside to play, I was always on high alert to, like, scream my lungs out. But I had to, like, stay in the yard and shit. So I had a very, like, secluded kind of. I don't know how long that lasted.
That sounds crazy, bro.
Yeah. So it's, so I'm a little weird. I'm a well-adjusted person now. No problems at all. Totally. But I don't know. Trick-or-treating. Maybe it doesn't happen anymore.
It does. I know a lot of my friends have kids and shit. It's still a big thing.
Yeah. But how big? Is it the same?
No, it's not nearly as long as it used to be. It's all during the daytime now. You can't run around at night.
I saw kids at night, but they could have been with parents or some shit.
Where you're at, bro. Not where I'm at.
True.
They don't do that shit.
They're way more paranoid in Ohio.
That's for fucking sure.
Yeah. So whatever.
Someone's gonna steal my baby and fuck him. Your kid's fat and ugly. No one wants to fuck your kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the people that fuck kids are always people that know the kids.
Yeah.
You're like, you don't want your kid to be fucked? Don't leave him with your skeevy brother.
Yeah. It's the creepy uncle that's taking him trick-or-treating in his rickety old van without windows.
It's goofy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That was, I guess. That's like the same era of, like, carjackings. I remember carjackings used to be like this big thing Oprah talked about all the time. Like, watch out.
It still happens, but
you never. It's like something I saw one thing on YouTube, a few months ago or whatever, somewhere in San Diego. There was a carjacking, but it's not like you heard that everywhere. That was like the fear that they were selling you then, domestic fear. Now it's like Ebola,
where it was like, hey, everyone, black people are terrifying.
Yeah, they forgot. They didn't realize that they could sell fear overseas. They're like, this place that you never even heard of has some crazy shit going on, and they're going to kill you. Like, holy shit, you need to be surprised. And it's crazy seeing people from work posting like clips from Fox News on Facebook, and they're like sincere, like, fear of like ISIS is already infiltrated everything. Like, we are fucked. It's like, okay, people.
I had a big
pray to God
with
more.
My stepdad about Fox News, and I'm like, how can you watch this fucking, like, all they're doing is fear mongering.
Yeah.
And I finally come to the conclusion. I always thought, like, my stepdad is smart when it comes to a lot of stuff, but he is gullible. Evidently, because he doesn't see it at all. Like, he doesn't see how these people are just making people scared for no apparent fucking reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you not see through? I mean, it's not like you can even like their their views, but still you have to see it as what it is.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, it's just his opinion. I just happen to agree with his opinion. I'm like, well, so you're getting upset because this guy's got an opinion on something and you agree with it, even though it's not a fact, it's his opinion.
Yeah.
And then you spout it back at me like fact. Like when we were, he was so pissed off, he started screaming during the conversation, like Bill O'Reilly style. He's like, you know, fucking Obama, and blah, blah, blah. And
He's just
I'm
reaching
like,
for words.
yeah, he's like, blah, and I'm like,
Everything.
out,
He did like got angry Tourette's.
After the end of it, he's like, I'm glad you didn't smack me. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm not gonna hit you because you fucking believed something that I don't. But I was like, listen, I don't like Obama either. But at least I don't like him for shit that he's actually done.
Yeah. I don't like him for
Not
the same
shit that
things.
we've made up that
Yeah.
he's done.
Yeah.
Like he was like, the only reason there's ISIS is because Obama pulled out all the troops out of Iraq, and that's what. And I go, you know that President Bush signed the bill that said we were going to be totally out by then. He's like, no, he didn't. It was Obama and blah, blah. And so as he's yelling, I'm on my shitty phone,
Yeah.
pulling up Wikipedia. I just handed him the phone. I go, here, read this. And he reads it, and he's like, yeah, yeah, but just because he signed this law. And I go, well, Obama did try to keep troops there, but Iraq wouldn't give our troops amnesty, so they would have to stand trial for any indiscretions, and that's not how we run things. And so they just said, oh, fuck it, we'll take everyone then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but, and I go, what? Then are we just supposed to stay in fucking places forever because we don't want bad things to ever happen there?
Yeah.
And evidently to Republicans and people who love Fox News, well, I love that my stepdad's an independent, the same as Bill O'Reilly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, buddy.
It's like
whatever.
call yourself whatever you want.
Yeah,
but it's like
I'm a Martian, but
Yeah.
you know, I live here on Earth.
I'm Green Party, but fuck that Obama dude. Fucking
Yeah,
Ebola's
and
gonna.
I was like, hate him for fucking all the bad shit he does, but don't just listen to Bill O'Reilly. That dude is a fucking dipshit.
Yeah,
Actually, he's not a dipshit. He's very smart, but I guarantee he knows what he's doing.
for sure. He knows where he's working. He knows this the storyline that they're gonna perpetuate. So it's like
He knows what he's doing
Yeah.
and leading all these people, getting all these people so scared and worked up and fucking,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird.
It's calling like opinion pieces news, and it's not. You can't call something that's an opinion news. News is just the facts, like information, which they're not really giving information. They're already processing this so-called information and just kind of filtering it out for you. This is like, we understand this because we're news anchors. So you as people, let us just tell you what your stance should be. Since you're watching this show, we'll just tell you what your talking points are going to be and your stance and all of your things. So you just listen to us and just repeat what we say. It'll make it real easy for you. That's what it is. It's like people don't want to like, problems are so complex that it takes kind of seeing multiple sides and doing some research, and people don't have the time. Well, they do, but people don't want to use that time to actually use their brain. That's why I avoid that shit, because like I know I don't want to do that, so I'll just be ignorant. But at the same time, I'm not going to just jump on board because I heard one side of a story, and then that's good.
That's what we started talking about. Like after he's like, well, how do you know about all this stuff?
I'm brilliant,
go,
Dad.
I was like,
I didn't learn it from watching you, all right?
Well, there's this thing called the internet, and if I'm watching a thing on it, I'll look up. Like if I don't understand what they're talking about, just type it in, and you can read 2 sentences, which will give you an overview of what they're talking about, and then go back to the story. He's like, I don't have time for that. I was like, but you got time to get all fucking bent out of shape about shit that is not fucking true.
Yeah.
Instead, you could be mad at the right shit.
Yeah. Be like productively mad.
Yeah. Don't try to correct something. He's like, I'm mad about ISIS and Obamacare. I'm like, I'm mad about fucking the NSA and this dude imprisoning fucking journalists and just being a general douche nozzle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and it sucks because both sides, well, I don't know, there's probably certain people that do like Obamacare, but it's like, I haven't looked into it, but as somebody that's going to be unemployed without health benefits here in the new year, it's like I'd rather have what like Canada. I'll pay more taxes to just not have to worry about
That's
my
what we
healthcare
wanted.
shit.
That's what everyone wanted, and then
Well,
now we just got
that's not what the right wing
same way
wanted.
that you
though.
have to have car insurance to
Yeah.
own a fucking car.
Yeah.
You have to have health insurance to fucking live.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, we're gonna fine you.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And
ridiculous.
the fines are gonna get worse every year. It's like, yo, I can't afford it. That sucks.
Yeah.
You're like, I already can't afford the fucking medical care. I can't afford your insurance. And then if I can't afford your insurance, you're gonna charge me more money that obviously I can't afford, dickface.
And everybody's winning because then big companies can complain about it and they can cut their benefits, like mine have been cut at my job.
Oh yeah, they cut the shit out of mine at my last factory
So
job.
they can use that as an excuse, even though they're still making profits, so they could afford it. But it's a great excuse to use because everybody's using it. And then insurance companies can still, they can raise their rates because they can. It's like, well, this is fucking up our shit, so we got to raise. So everybody's like making out. All the big businesses are either saving money, not spending it on healthcare for their people, or the insurance company charging more, so they make more off of the people that get their shit instead of the government shit. And then the government shit just apparently doesn't work that great, so it's like it's just a lose-lose for everybody paying taxes, working hard, and it's a win-win for all the politicians and all the big pharmaceuticals and insurance companies and fucking businesses. Like, all those people profit off of it. And, those are the people running the show. So it's ridiculous. It's the fact that everybody argues about shit and nobody, like, the things that are the problem are pretty evident. Like, most people, I don't think, would argue that maybe big business has a lot to do with laws that are passed or banks and things like that.
Really? Money?
Yeah.
Behind politicians?
I don't know, man. It's just like, but then they want to complain about something, like they want to freak out about some bullshit like Ebola, which could potentially be something, but it's like it's like that fucking plane that went disappearing. It's just what they're talking about. They don't have anything else to talk about to scare people, so they're just talking about this potential terrorist organization that's infiltrated the United States, or like this disease that's infiltrated the United States. It's like, well, where is this mass? Where are these terrorists, and what problems are they causing in the U.S.? And
my stepdad was on that same rant. He's like, ISIS, they're already in the country.
Yeah.
They're coming through the Mexican border. I'm like, really?
Why would they choose that border? That's the shittiest border.
If they're already recruiting people from inside the U.S. to go over there, they already have sympathizers here anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's always going to be nutbags.
And how many?
What do you think? You're just going to, if we build a fence that nutbags won't get in? Like, just fucking chill out.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's so wigged out about everything. Like, Ebola, terrorism, and what kills me out of all the shit that the people on Fox are terrified about, rising sea levels and global warming, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Science is lying to us. You're like,
We're still on the fence.
There's something legitimate to be worried about. And they're like, fuck that, lying assholes. God will save us. But God, where's God when all these ISIS dudes are going to fucking bomb you?
Well, you gotta kill them.
Takes the day off for that.
Yeah. That's our job. We gotta kill those motherfuckers. God can't do it. But we will, as good Christians, we'll kill some motherfuckers. We will not call this murder, because that is not allowed in our religion. We call this freedom liberation.
I don't get how religious the armed forces are.
Yeah.
One of the 10 fucking rules in the whole book, there's 10 big ones, is don't kill.
Yeah.
Well, unless your superior officer tells you to kill.
Yeah.
Then it's completely fine.
Yeah, for sure. If it's for
Pick and choose.
freedom of democracy, Keith, we gotta keep democracy free and spread it like the word of the Lord across the world until the globe becomes one peaceful place under God. You know what I'm saying, Keith? We gotta
Something
praise
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of people fucking freaking out, man.
I know
weird.
people freak out. That's why I avoid people. It's like the dramas. People love drama, man. People love.
do.
They act like they're still in high school around other people, other grown adults, old like in their 50s, in their 40s, acting like teenagers, acting like they're kids, complaining about the same thing, just slightly less annoying than kids do it. And then they want to freak out about stupid news shit. Oh, the news is telling me I gotta be scared of blah. Oh no, the news is telling me I gotta be scared of blah. Whatever.
Whatever. We need to get a guest on next time.
We will, I guess. Well, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's all really. We have to work around your schedule in the bomb
If we're doing
shelter.
Tuesdays, we'd have to do it 8 my time.
Okay. But you
And
can
then
for sure
anything-
do it Tuesdays. That's not an issue.
Yeah, it's not an issue.
Okay. Well, what is
But it's
Tuesday the
under
best
back.
day for you to do it?
I don't know, man.
I mean, my schedule, because it's the holidays, might get fucked with. I mean, I can almost put money on it that it's going to get fucked with. But as of right now, I still have Tuesdays and Saturdays are generally free.
Either one of those days will work.
Okay.
So if one Tuesday can't work, we'll just try to hook it up on a Saturday.
Okay. Cool. Anybody listening, if you want to be a guest on the show, hit up Keith or I. Now you know when we record.
Hit up Ray. I don't have internet.
That's true. Well, you
And
have
my
a phone.
My phone doesn't even notify me anymore
Oh.
for shit.
Okay.
So unless I fucking chart or check that Twitter app all the time, it doesn't tell me.
All right.
I don't
So
know what I did or
hit me up on Twitter then. Don't. Well, you can hit up Keith too, but just don't expect things to get
put
in
us both
motion.
in there. Hopefully I'll see it.
Yeah.
Hopefully Ray will see it.
Yeah. We'll
But
get there.
I gotta. Yeah, my bunker battery's running low.
All right, man. Well, yeah. So until hopefully next Tuesday. Oh, let's wait. Hold on. How do we finish one of these? Is there anything that we need to plug? Oh, everybody, go check out the Culture High on Vimeo.
Yes.
Follow up to the Union. Scorgy. Listen to all the episodes Scorgy's been on. If you're not sure, if you're like, I don't know about this documentary shit, or if you're saying, I don't know about this marijuana shit, you can listen to our past episodes with Adam Scorgy and kind of, figure out what it's all about if you want. I don't know
Yes,
why.
we discussed a lot of the movie,
Pretty much. I mean,
even though we hadn't seen it at that point.
if you are following just all the new developments with what's happening with weed and cannabis and whatever you want to call it, then you're kind of already up to speed in a lot of sense of what what they cover. But there's still people that aren't. There's still people that think that it's killed people. There's still a lot of stupid people out there.
Killed my
that don't know.
grandma.
Yeah, it's like,
Stabbed her right in the throat.
or they'll say it contributed to a death. He was high when he got in his car accident. It's like, yeah, well, was he drunk too? Or was there something wrong with the car?
And when did he smoke?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was in
Did he
his
smoke
system.
20 days before that and it just still shows up in the test?
Yeah. Did a billow of smoke come out when he ran into the phone pole? That's what saved him instead of the fucking thing. Yeah, so whatever. Go check that out on Vimeo. Go to inspireddisorder.com/store. Check out t-shirts, Diseasy shirts. I'm going to be putting stuff on sale for the holidays, so you'll be able to get shirts for cheaper than they are currently. But if you want to save an extra 10%, use coupon code INSPIRED when you check out, and you'll save 10% on whatever you order. inspireddisorder.com/store. And then also go to inspireddisordercollective.com, and you can check out all the other podcasts that are part of the network. This episode, we recommend checking out The Dirty Commuter with Dirty DeVoe, who was on the show, I don't know, a few months ago. I don't remember exactly. But go check it out. All the links to subscribe to his show, as well as this show, as well as we are recording are found at inspireddisordercollective.com. So go check all of those things out. Follow Keith Spurlock on Twitter.
At Keith Spurlock 1.
Google his name, bitches. He is that big and that popular that all you need to do is Google, and the Googs will point you in the right direction. Follow me
Don't
on
Bing that shit because I'm like 4 on Bing.
Yeah, Bing, Microsoft in general. Don't use any Microsoft products except for the Xbox. If you have a Windows phone, I'm judging you right now. Highly judging you. Follow me on Twitter at Ray Taylor. Peace out.
Bye-bye, peoples.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Inspired Disorder podcast. Embedded signals within this podcast have reprogrammed your natural thinking patterns. Side effects may include lack of inhibitions, erectile dysfunction, anal leakage, transcendental communication with beings from 4 of the 7 primary dimensions. In the event of a tear in space-time, please keep your hands down and feet together. Any loss of life or limbs due to interdimensional travel is not the responsibility of this podcast.
That was fun.